Otis Redding, the king of soul, was at the peak of his career. His voice had transcended race and genre, earning him a devoted following. At just 26 years old, he was a superstar, but his journey was about to end far too soon. On December 9, 1967, Redding performed what would be his last concert at the Cleveland Club Leo's Casino. He was set to fly to Madison, Wisconsin, for another show, but that flight would never reach its destination. It was a cold Sunday morning when Otis Redding and his bandmates from the Bar-Kays prepared to leave Cleveland. The night before, they had given a stunning performance, one of their best. Trumpet player Ben Colley, the only survivor of what was to come, later recalled how Otis was in good spirits that morning. They had breakfast at the hotel, packed their bags, and headed to the airport. Redding had recently purchased a Beechcraft H-18 plane. Flying was a necessity for a touring musician, and Otis preferred the efficiency of having his own aircraft. His pilot that day was Richard Fraser, a trusted professional. At 12:30 p.m., they'd boarded the plane. Otis, always full of energy, laughed with his bandmates as they settled into their seats. The aircraft's engines roared to life. The flight from Cleveland to Madison should have been routine. The weather, however, was another story. A winter storm was rolling across the Midwest, bringing rain and heavy fog. Otis sat near the front, staring out the window as the plane cruised toward Wisconsin. He had reason to be excited. His newest song, "Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay," was nearly finished. He had recorded it just days before and planned to add final touches when he returned to Memphis. He didn't know it yet, but Dock of the Bay would become his biggest hit, a song that would define his legacy. As they neared Madison, the weather worsened. Visibility was poor, and the icy rain made conditions dangerous. At 3:25 p.m., as the plane descended toward Truax Field, something went wrong. Just 4 miles from the airport, the plane suddenly lost altitude. Witnesses on the ground saw it dip dangerously low. Then tragedy struck. At 3:28 p.m., the Beechcraft H-18 crashed into the frigid waters of Lake Monona. The impact was devastating. Otis Redding's body was recovered the next morning. The news shocked the world. The vibrant young star gone in an instant. Today, Otis Redding remains a legend, a man whose music still moves souls, whose voice still echoes through time. Though his final hours were tragic, his legacy is eternal.